Hello everyone, this is Grin. Thank you for joining us as we play Dungeons & Dragons the 5th edition around ye old table, throwing ye old dice, telling ye old stories, and creating ye old legacies. With me as always, the Crit Crew. To my left we have...
I'm Bryan. I play Aimon Drevin, the aquatic half-elf Bardadin. And, Aimon got a little angry and had a nice little blast of magic at the, previous episode. So he's feeling a little tired, but good.
And I'm Jason, playing Nox, a changeling rogue, and thinking I should have attuned or found this elven temple somewhat earlier in the campaign instead of not too far back, because that thing is awesome.
I'm Katie, playing Elise Idlewind, an Air Genasi druid who's finally happy he actually did some damage during a battle.
And I'm Maria. I'm playing Rilda, Farseeker, the Drow Ranger. And I'm just a little taken back to see Aimon out here participating so heavily this time. There we go.
Sorry.
Here, bro.
I'm Ashley. I'm playing Runa, the Tabaxi Fleric. And, wow, I just... Girlfriend's a little short-tempered, man.
And I'm Eric, and I will be ye old Grin Master for this chapter of our tale. So, a week ago, we endeavored into a bunch of shenanigans in which two of you were slightly assaulted by Tennant. To only find out that Tennant's beloved bride was taken by Empress Kashara in tiefling form. It's been a week. It's been a long week. There was a pact made magically in which you had agreed to help recover his love, and he would help take care of the Prince of Demons. You traveled via a unique teleportation circle spell back into the Twisted Timbers, in which you traveled to a small hamlet known as Twin Rivers, which he was going to lead you into his particular shadow crossing into the Shadowfell so that you could deal with Empress Kashara in tiefling form. Unfortunately, scaled creatures and serpents and many gorgons, oh my, decided they had other plans with the hamlet as you arrived in the hamlet under distress, buildings being burned, people fleeing for their lives. You dealt with the problem, and now we pick up in the aftermath. So, I ask you, Crit Crew, what would you like to do next?
Anyone dead?
I'd like to...
There's a couple
Loot
dead.
the bodies!
There's a lot of dead...
Team sad.
I would like to, inspired by love, attempt to see if I can't assess the Haragon that's down, and if we can if I could help her not be as dead, or maybe she's only a little passed out.
Give me a medicine check.
Slightly dead.
Not quite dead yet. 15.
Buff that up.
She is not dead.
Okay,
She is basically unconscious.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Goodberry.
Mm-hmm.
And encourage her partner to feed this to her.
He will gently take the berry and gently place it into her little cheeks, and he will kind of like massage her cheeks and mouth until it crunches up, in which you will see the magic kind of emanate and glow, and her eyes will flutter awake, and he is going to hug her in a deep embrace as tears are going to flow, as little bunny ears perk up in happiness.
Amazing. And I'll just let them, it's not much, but she shouldn't really need to eat today. Here's one for you. Give him one too. This will help you stay at least nourished for the day, but definitely get her some more care.
After helping her up, he pops in his mouth and he comes over and hugs you right about the knee, maybe a little above it. And you can feel his warm fur kind of deeply embracing you.
Look. His little ears a little scritch.
Thank you, outsiders. My name is Swifty Cottontail.
Swifty Cottontail!
Can we adopt her?
This is my beloved bride, Plush Cottontail.
Can't
Plush
adopt
Cotton.
people.
Yeah, adults. I don't know how adult adoption. I think they're okay. I don't think they need parents.
If there's anything we could do to thank you for helping us, we surely would.
No, I think you've done plenty. My partner here would love to adopt you if you're available.
Unfortunately, we are not up for adoption.
What about
Sorry, my
what about the
darling.
pixies
Next
and
time.
the sprites? Are they all dead?
The
There was
pixies.
not one floating
There's
around.
one pixie that is like down by one of the other pixies.
The other
kind
ones
of-
are not salvageable.
No, they're
They're dead.
Okay.
they're little spots.
Everybody's looking at the cute bunny and forgetting about this little flying thing.
There is
right?
one sad pixie as she cries. It kind of sounds like gentle bells. As she's kind of sad over a friend.
Cute.
Tennant is gonna lock arms with the male Timberwood elf, kind of a big forearm clasp, as they seem to know each other, having words.
I'm collecting my crossbow bolts.
You receive half of those bolts back.
I will collect mine.
And this was just a random city, or is this the city that he was bringing us to?
This is, you remember him saying there was a small hamlet called Twin Falls.
Okay.
As you can see, the two falls in the
That's
back.
one.
No, it's two.
It's two.
It's two. One and then two.
Continuous.
It's the upper and lower.
Yeah.
The upper decker and the lower decker.
If you want to switch over to our battle map so viewers can see you guys interact with this beautiful masterpiece that I created. There we go.
There we go. Right buttons. It's been a bit.
It's been a
In a
week.
week.
I can't believe it didn't even move for 1 week.
Frozen.
We surely are grateful for you helping us. Yes, it's so nice of you to help us.
That's what you'll hear her say as she's gathered her strength.
I'm gonna whisper down like, are your trees safe or are they magic? These ones with the fruit on them. They seem so pretty.
They're safe. You also see, obviously, I didn't go 1-to-1 scale, but around their little burrow, they'll have like carrots and different vegetables kind of planted around.
You're so precious.
You will hear this tiny little me, 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 me inside as Plush is like, oh, the kids. And she's going to into the little burrow.
I had to save that baby mama rabbit. I just want to take what I got with. That's their children, darling. You have to let them keep their children.
No.
No fun napping. Believe me, I was taken as a child. It's not a future that you want for these baby bunnies.
And they'll make their own furry wife.
Didn't make her. Or did I make her? Oh my god, is this real? It was
Just
all a
gone
dream.
insane.
Do you know who the Empress is?
You're asking.
Swifty.
No.
Kind of scratches his head, confused.
Did anybody
Should I?
scary come around here dragging a woman against her will?
I mean, we literally follow scary things.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Dragging a woman against their will?
No, can't say I've seen that one.
Okay, well,
Alrighty then. Can I just squeeze one of them? No.
I mean, with their consent, if you want to just give them a little huggaroonie.
Acute aggression is strong.
I'm gonna head over to Tennant. And say, all right,
What are we doing?
where to
Where
next?
are we going?
Adari, this is Aimon. That's what he'll say. The male will clasp your forearm. He shakes you fairly verbally. Hey,
Shake your whole body.
tell him to be careful. There's more than one of us here.
Yeah, he doesn't
No.
even know. So pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
Glad we were able to help a bit when we came upon you guys.
We're very thankful that you helped save the hamlet, for sure. Tennant says that you're traveling the Shadow Way.
That is correct. We're going to be helping Tennant with a few things, and then hopefully fixing all of the shit that's been going on.
We're
as
the
of late.
grumpiest party ever. We'll help you with your wife.
I guess.
So,
What about all these fires?
At this point, the fires are down to just like smoke.
So whatever buildings were on fire.
They're just like billowing smoke.
Smoke.
Like by the time you guys got here, it was down to like ash and things like that.
Okay.
Right. They weren't like blazing.
This is the female with the group. Or is she hanging
She
back?
is, and there'll be another one. I don't. One of them will come out of said
I'll walk up after we
place.
get done.
Place this one. Another female comes walking up to them as she comes out of one of the huts.
After we get done cooing over the hairkin. Is that what they're called?
Paragon.
Paragon. Couple and their babies. I'll walk up and just kind of listen from the edges.
Oh yeah, she comes out. Plush comes out with like 12 of them in her arms,
Oh, wow, okay. So the
You
rumors
see
are
3 of them, and I'm
freaking
just...
out.
and they look like tiny little like just balls of fluff.
Mm.
They're extra fluffy. Yeah.
I'm gonna sit there and like that little clubby, like hello baby.
Oh, they're adorable.
Natural enemy of a bunny is a cat. Just saying. You look so delicious.
yeah. Don't eat them.
Snack
Starts
time.
purring. Yeah, I'm just gonna walk up to the edges.
Ready to go, Runa? No, they need me.
Well, she's back. She'll be fine. She'll catch up. Is this something that happens often around these parts? Like attacks from groups of people?
Asking.
The group, just generally, like out loud.
No, this is something new. These creatures we've never seen before in these parts is what Tandari is going to say. I'm going to make sure I have the right name.
And we know like the big bad Demi guy attracts this kind of stuff. Do you guys think he's down here? Over under here with us?
Potentially nearby.
Yeah, that's what Tennant's here to do, is track them.
No,
Not the Demogorgon.
not yet.
Tennant's going to say this is more of a search party. That's what he feels like. These are definitely minions of his, but they're after you.
Hmm.
Wait,
After us.
they knew we were coming to the Hamlet?
It's my assumption, I would say, that the creature, the Prince of Demons, is aware of your actions or interactions with his territory. So he feels he is going to eliminate the threat. He feels as if you, your party, Team Sad, are a threat.
But to us, as I like cuddled a little baby bunny.
No.
I mean, we did just destroy his entire scouting party.
Don't say things around his children.
Go put the
They're all
child
sleeping.
back.
They're all sleeping babies. They're just sleeping. Just. Well,
They're like, look at the dead body, Mom.
so do we know where we're heading towards to find your wife, or is there somewhere to track her from here?
In here, he's going to go into the center hut.
I'll go in, and I'll help him in any kind of investigation he might do.
So it's empty, but you can't see that there is, in the corner where there's a tree in the fireplace, is an extremely dark, unnaturally dark kind of spot in the wall.
Nice. We've used these before.
Well,
Let's go.
unless there's anything else that we need
Okay,
here.
Mario.
What?
Let's go.
All right.
I think you're the only one who got injured, so.
Yeah, I'm fine.
You want
You
some,
I'll be good.
something?
I'll be good.
I'll distribute some daily good berries. Everybody can have 2
Would you like some cure wounds?
good berries.
Wild magic.
Oh, that's right. Wild magic for good berries. 16.
You're good.
Damn it, Featherbeard. Come on!
We have a new wild magic table, which also how long does that burst of energy that I got that allowed me to cast spells is
It's faded
okay.
during the combat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
It is for a minute, so 10 rounds.
I still have Hunter's Mark up because it's 8 hours. I cast it at 3rd level.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's go. Shall we get in this portal?
I think so, yeah. Unless there's anything else that we need to do around here to help out. But,
Loot the village, and then go in and...
Yeah, are any of the swords on the multi-sword lady super awesome looking?
She turned into ash.
They are... Those swords are still there. Her body's there, but they're just long swords.
Okay. If there's any... I guess I'll take a look at her just to see if there's any, like, I don't know, magic stuff on her. Investigation, that's a 15.
In the pile of ash, there's nothing really.
Okay.
Some swords.
Swords.
6 long swords.
Nothing here, guys, just some swords.
Runa, did you put the bunnies down?
What? You might hear a squeak from a little pouch on her side.
Go put the bunny back.
Plush is just like little quivering eyes, like, please hand me my
You're gonna make her
child
cry.
back." She gently takes it and then covers the child and quickly hops away.
I just look back behind
Sorry,
her and
Plush.
thank you.
I was getting ready to have to cast command.
Command. Drop
Baby.
baby bunny.
Sit on the ground. That'll be your 1d10 of fall damage. We
Alright.
go?
I'm good. Let's roll.
If you guys are ready, Tennant is just standing there waiting.
Yep.
All right.
Let's go.
He walks right into the deep shadow.
I'll go behind him. Are we bringing his friend?
No.
As you guys begin to enter in, I need each one of you guys to make a wisdom saving throw because it feels very thick, miasmic, I guess. Your lungs feel as if they're filling with like gel, and it's becoming increasingly hard to breathe.
16.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Yep.
Dirty 20.
Yep.
Dirty 20.
Yep.
18.
Okay. As you all kind of birth onto the other side, you are immediately assaulted by heavy torrential rains. Crack of lightning.
I will immediately frown.
Thunder in the distance. Dark, kind of gray atmosphere. And you're on a road, essentially. As Tennant has pulled his hood, trying to keep himself.
Yeah, I will pull up my hood and follow behind.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna keep. I'd probably say about 10 feet behind Tennant, but keeping my eye for familiarization markings or anything I may have seen before.
Okay.
And obviously watching for danger.
So there are certain aspects of where you are that looks familiar, but yet unfamiliar at the same time. There are a lot of things that look like, this looks like a specific road that I may have traveled on in the Underdark. Or some of you are like, this looks like a specific road I've traveled on the surface, but you can't place where. But then it's, like I said, it's very foreign at the same time. And you'll continue to walk for 3 miles or so for about an hour, a little over an hour. The rain does not let up. It is relentless.
The
is the
sky
word.
is
Mm-hmm.
Team said.
Team said.
Tennant is not really talkative. He just continues to march. He stops occasionally to look at the surroundings to gather his thoughts or to track or whatever, and begins to make different changes along the way. And
just look at him. It's fantastic. True
Wow.
hero.
Him?
Yes.
Tennant?
Do you know he like was in a party like with my mentor.
And that's
Just
pretty
look at him.
cool and everything.
It's just look
You
at
could
me.
be a-
How did you just pick up those little details? It's
You could be a hero and an asshole at the same time, though. Like, that is for sure an ability. I mean, look at me.
you saying you're a hero?
You said it on me.
I don't know how to respond to this. I feel like the husband that's in a trap.
There's clever ways to get around that.
Stay quiet.
Just say I love you.
I love you. It's so true.
You're looking so beautiful
Here's some
today in the
chocolate.
rain.
Rain doesn't even bother me. I'm just like, whatever. My leathers stink, but it's okay.
So do we have a specific place we're going, or are we just walking?
It feels as if you're just walking.
Can I pick up any sense of a trail he's following, or...
You can use a survival if you'd like to try to see what he's doing.
Are we Underdark, or
Can
are we Shadow?
No, Shadowfell.
Can I give her advantage? Since I'm scrutinizing every detail.
Sure, I'll give you that.
That was good, because it was a 2, and now it's a natural 20. For survival, it's a 26.
This terrain is sloppy. How he's finding anything in this awful terrain and weather, you have no idea. You're almost at the point where, like, I think he's just lying and faking it because I can't find anything.
No, he's that good, honey. He is that good.
I mean, how many more hours of trust should we offer? I'm saying this, like, under my breath to Runa. Like, how many more hours do you think we should just blindly trust before we take our own action? Because remember when we were
The rest of our lives.
Okay, well, I love you. I'm gonna pivot to Ilias.
You hold that thought, I'll be back.
Right. Yes, I agree 100%. Wow, she's going crazy.
We stab him now.
I mean, I'm in between forever and stabbing right now, somewhere. Nox.
The one you want to ask is I'm on.
I guess so.
That's the level-headed one.
I would like
the Council of Three's opinion on this?
I would like everyone to make a con save. As you guys have been exposed to ice-cold torrential rainwaters for nearing 2 hours at this point. You are soaked to the bone and chilled.
21.
Good.
18.
Good.
14.
Okay.
15.
27.
Okay.
So furry and warm.
Okay.
I have a water repellent coat, thank you.
I mean, it is snow repellent, right? I'm on.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can ask him what the hell if we're gonna be there soon. The surface is scary up there. Our realm is getting into further turmoil every hour we walk in the rain.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how much longer we can withstand the elements either.
Tennant, how far away are we?
Just up ahead over the ridge. That's
I'm
what he'll say.
assuming you're tracking using magical means.
But of course, that's what he'll say. So you go over a little hill and a ridge, and you'll see that it kind of dips down into a valley. There'll be a swift moving river because of the rain. There's a stone bridge that goes over top, and then there's a kind of a switchback path, very narrow, like almost like a goat path, that leads up to like what looks like a pretty large rock face. And he takes that switchback pathway towards the rock face. Starts making his way up the hill.
I don't want to
towards
do
the
this,
rock
but
face.
I already committed to this bit. I'm walking straight behind him.
Wow.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm following as well.
This is a stupid idea. This is gonna be last.
Okay. So, he gets up to the face of the rock. You can see your passive perception. Things are easy enough to see that there's definitely different lines that are already run through, like the form of a carabiner or a piton or python that he's had strung up. So he's had climbing gear to where it looks like he's climbed this before or used this. It looks worn as if it's been used, but still in good shape. So he's going to begin to get his climbing gear together. Reaches out of his side satchel and pulls it out.
I say friend in Dwarvish to see if any doors open.
No, not this time.
Damn it. You never know, you know what I mean? Like, okay.
He looks around to see if anybody else has any climbing gear.
I have rope.
Why, yes, I do.
Yes.
If you don't, he reaches into his bag and begins to pull out sets of climbing gear so that everybody has some to use. And he just keeps pulling out of this bag, and you're like, okay.
If he dies, I call the bag.
Tis I who has.
So who all needs a set to strap on?
Me.
I have,
Basically everybody.
I have
No,
mine.
to strap on, not a strap on. Good
What?
Lord. Thank God we're an adult YouTube channel, man, you people.
Is this streaming on YouTube or Pornhub?
Okay.
Ow!
Well, there we go.
It's the combination of the two. It's you porn.
It's a real place though. I have a set.
Okay. So he provides anyone with some climbing gear as he's going to start hooking himself up and begin to climbing this rock face.
Just general question. If you have a climb speed, do you need climbing gear?
No. That means you're adept at or really good at climbing.
Okay. So
You
I don't
just
even
climb
need
next
this
to me.
climbing gear.
Make
You're
sure I
a
make
cat.
it.
Sure.
Meow.
You can have my climbing gear set.
I got mine.
Oh, you already have one. That's
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't I look good in this harness
We
then?
gotta do anything? Do we gotta tie it up or anything like that?
So I believe the climbing gear gives you a full speed in climbing, so you don't have your speed like normal. I don't know if it gives you advantage or not. I'm going to say for what he has rigged together, it will give you advantage on an athletics check to climb.
I think the main thing is that we tie a knot and we're not gonna fall because our knot slipped.
He would. I think I'm not going to go with that minutia.
Okay.
Okay, well apparently I'm just gonna use one of my 20s today for climbing.
I mean, there's worse ways.
Right.
What are we?
Athletics
Athletics
checks
to
at
Athletics
advantage.
with advantage. That's a 13 for me.
Man, it's really slick. You're getting there, but you get about 20 feet in the air, and you're like, okay, this is stupid.
I got a 23.
Nat 20.
Oh, that's okay.
I should have just dimension doored up.
I got a
to the top.
16.
24.
Still can. It's not too late.
If you start falling, maybe then.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
So Imon is definitely falling behind. Everyone else is. You're making it. The weather sucks. It's slick, but the riggings and everything are helping out for sure. So you're 20 feet with plenty of space to go. As he continues to climb.
Another check.
Keep it on, keep it on.
Okay, what's your climbing speed? You know Imon fell behind last. Who is after Tennant?
I'll go.
Probably.
I think it's gonna be Runa and I, kind of like,
Side by side?
yeah,
Pep
being
talking to
cute.
each other?
Yep.
I have a climb speed of 30.
So,
We get it, you can climb.
I can climb.
Cat. You
Got it.
can you teach me how to do that, babe? No.
So you see these little handholds here?
So
you
Ilias
just stick
is
your claw in it.
after Tennant, and then the two of you will be after Ilias. You're going, okay.
I got a
right?
22.
As you're climbing, Ilias, you go to take your next, hand grip or hand hold of the stone. That is when you hear, "Ugh!" and you see as he loses his footing and hand grip, and you're going to see that chunks of stone come falling down to where it looks like he might have grabbed the wrong stone or grip, and it's broken loose, and he's kind of like swinging free. But I'm going to need a dex saving throw to avoid getting hit by the rock. And if Ilias is successful, then I will need the two of you. And if you are successful, you, and then it'll keep trickling down.
Oh,
Just
I
the
was last.
Yeah,
That's
Ilias
us
is last.
It's-
first.
we're
So,
first.
Tennant, then them two.
Okay,
And probably
well then you
Nox,
two.
me, and then I
We are
Okay.
making a dexterity
saving?
Correct.
saving throw.
Man, I rolled
18. 18.
Yeah, you guys are good. Who's after the two?
Me.
Okay. This is I'm on going to catch it in the face.
I have a good deck saving.
That's an
throw,
18.
Right?
Well, that's good. Ilias, you're up.
8.
Getting a strength save because you catch all of the debris.
Do we still need to save our original climbing on our second roll or not? Or
No, this all will take place after everything.
okay.
Okay, that's good. 22.
All right, you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you are pelted by the rocks. But they all... Aemon gets really tight against the cliff and right behind you and misses any of that.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Alright, let me get up here.
Okay, you will all make another climb check as you've climbed again. So potentially the last one.
Again with the 20s. Jesus Christ. I'm not going to hit a single thing next time.
Mine's a non-nat 20.
Good.
15.
Good.
25.
23.
17.
Okay, everyone climbs successfully. 10 will be the first one. Top side, you'll hear as you guys are getting close to the top, he'll like hang over and extend his hands for both of you to take if you wish.
Mm-hmm.
Then he will help you guys up, and then he stays kind of leaned over the edge to help everyone up who wishes to help.
Sure.
Once you are on top, you are on a bit of a plateau. And you can see kind of down into this valley. You're probably at this point 100-ish feet up in the air. Slick, wet rock and pathway. Looks like it goes on for a while.
So we're on a plateau? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do we see big, tall, dark, scary in the distance?
Define big, but define that.
Looks like a Demogorgon.
Looks
like
similar
the
to, if
Demogorgon.
not exactly like a Demogorgon.
The plateau is very large. It's at least, I mean, the weather, the obscurity of vision.
Oh, yeah, I
things.
guess the weather.
You can at least see that it's 80 feet in length before you lose sight.
Okay.
So he's going to start just kind of marching in that direction.
Okay.
Keep up.
Okay.
All right.
So easy to kill
Okay.
you guys. I'm just saying. We just follow. All right. Anyway,
Insight and see if he really is just leading us somewhere.
I mean, everybody's
I was gonna
blindly
say,
following.
I committed to the bit.
I
I committed to the bit.
He said
So,
it was right over
he's-
this ridge.
Me
Yeah.
is
And now
waiting
we've
for
clicked
the
off
arrow in
this
the.
100-foot cliff.
So he marches you guys. Once you get past that, like your vision keeps going, you will see that there is a small kind of collective of cottages that are up here. There is firelight and warmth inside these cottages. And there are silhouettes moving around. He walks in. There are two guards, probably like 10 feet from this little collection of buildings. He walks in. The guards acknowledge him. As you guys are coming up from behind, he kind of makes hands gestures and says, "They're with me." They acknowledge you. You move in, and what you're beginning to see is that these are just simple hunter trackers of the Shadowfell. Their skin is slightly grayed. They've been here quite some time, so they may have picked up or adapted to the ways of shadow, having some shadow trickeries. They do have elongated ears, so they would potentially be elves or of the likeness.
Gotcha.
I'm going to
There's-
check out the skin tone and just casually, change my tone.
Into it?
Shift gears.
Yeah.
Okay, your ears grow a little longer. So he goes into one of the small cabins. It's probably about 15 or 20 feet by, same dimensions. It's a square, simple. Windows are dark. Everything's dark. He opens it up confidently, goes inside of it, leaves the door open for you to follow. As you guys seemingly follow him into oblivion,
Yep.
there is going to be a flash of light as it begins to get brighter and warmer. He's lit a hearth, small little hearth in there to provide warmth. You can see that there's some cots in there, and he also has some bedrolls. He seems to make himself at home, and he's going to start kind of getting his wet clothing off to dry by the fire. Puts his gear off into a corner. Tells you to make yourself comfortable, dry yourselves.
Okay.
Appears to be some sort of safe place or lodging that he knows the people of.
All right, Tennant. How much further are we having to travel through here?
He's going to go over to a nearby window, which you can see outside, and you can see the rain is relentless, continually going. He's going to point off the plateau in the, we'll call it the northwestern direction, and there's going to be you can see it's like a buzz or a glow. It kind of cuts through of a larger either city or collection of buildings. That is where she is.
What else is there?
He's like a bloodhound.
And
God. It's not well.
The hero worship is so strong.
We're not worthy.
And besides the Empress, I'm assuming pretty much her entire army is down here at this point.
What is left of it? Yes, correct.
Taking that entire city.
He's going to rattle off that she still has a fairly large collection of orcs that are allied. Goblins and shadow goblins. Some shadow hobgoblins, which are new. Obviously, her faithful followers. So shadow drow or drow.
Will your friends in this plateau help us? For the sake of your wife?
They're peaceful folk. They are putting themselves in danger just harboring us. Currently. But you can trust them. I would say anybody who would be looking out the window can make a perception check.
Okay.
Right. That's a 4.
60.
15.
26.
26 and 15 and 16. Those are good enough to see. This is a pretty large fortification. It looks as if was once like a keep or a castle or something like that. That's been converted into more of a fortress. So there's a lot of you can see there's a lot of hide and fur kind of huts and or tents of orcish make, or potentially a goblin make. There's a lot of stone structures. There are large creatures moving about. Some of these creatures have 2 heads. Some of them are just kind of big, bulbous, kind of almost orcish looking creatures that are lumbering around, moving large logs and lumber and stone, kind of being more of a worker force. You also notice that there's a lot of flying creatures kind of coming in and out.
Any wyverns?
That's what the flying creatures would be.
I still have that wyvern riding kit.
You also will notice an extremely large, really large, because you can see it pretty clean, almost like a shadowed or twisted looking lumbering wooden giant, just surrounded in
great. Shadow
shadows. Very good.
Fantastic.
Shadow Trent. Do we see what? Can we notice any is it a normal routine? People are kind of going about their day? Are there watches happening?
I would say that you would be able to notice with what you guys had rolled and be able to determine that it's a fortification. So there are definitely watchtowers. There's definitely watches taking place. There are definitely armaments or defensive things put into place to protect it.
I'm going to turn towards Nox.
You also will notice too, who had 20, okay, you are going to be one specific going to notice that it is built up on kind of a hill. It is extremely muddy and slick looking with the rain, and below it is a moat.
So, Nox, I'm thinking stealth mode engaged assassination attempt?
When we get there.
I was gonna say the exact same
We don't really do
thing.
stealth mode engaged.
No.
I was gonna suggest the same thing, and maybe a combination of sneak in / disguise ourselves.
Tennant is going to interrupt the conversation. He's going to say there are some secret passageways through some old catacombs
Oh, good.
that tie into that I don't think they've discovered, that I've explored slightly, but there's a lot of dead, shadowy things in the catacombs.
How long has she been taken?
Well, how long has she been here?
How long has she been kidnapped or whatever by this person? Your wife?
Probably not too long after you guys had left.
And how
you guys literally would have kind of drawn the attention or whatever happened to lead her to her or them.
Oh boy.
Oops, my bad. So what do you think we need to do a multi-prong attack where we have some people going in plain sight disguised and then sneaking in?
I think with the amount of forces and things that she has that I've been able to assess, to do that would be near suicidal for the distraction. If that's what you were talking about.
I was kind of more thinking backup. Like, if stuff goes down, then they take action. If not, they just kind of stand back and look
I
smug.
think we're the backup.
And he goes in alone?
No, I just think we're it.
I think going in through the tunnels, getting past most of the forces towards the center, where the Empress would be, is the best course of action.
There is a large ruined tower structure that would be like a large protective keep that you're pretty sure would be where you would put somebody of that importance. It seems to be the most fortified of where you're at.
How does one person control the wills of all these beings that are created down here? Like if we take off the head of the snake, boom, boom, boom.
I don't know what powers or capabilities she currently has. I know that they're loyal and they follow her, much like before. And she's made new allies.
How many times can you use Dimension Door?
How many times can I use Dimension Door? 4 times, 5 times if we rest beforehand.
Okay. Might be helpful.
How close will the tunnels take us?
Should put you right into the heart. There's used as secret passages. Think of it like the catacombs would have been used to bury the royals or whatever, and then there's various amounts of tunnels and things that would have been used as escape routes.
How long does Pass Without a Trace last?
An hour. I can cast it multiple times, I think, too.
And what are we wanting to accomplish?
Get the wife back.
Go in and extricate wifey, and then...
Are you indicating, do we want to go in just to get her out and go?
Are we going in to get her and going, or am I killing somebody?
Yeah. I thought that's where you were going with that.
I don't necessarily think we have to.
My brain immediately went to killing somebody, but I guess the only objective that we have is to save the wife.
I mean, it could be conducive to our fight to get 2 options: kill the Empress and then she's done, and the Queen can worry about other stuff, or try to switch her to our side. You know, the enemy of my enemy situation.
Well, this time, if we kill the Empress, we are keeping the body with us.
Okay.
Okay,
Can we just cut off the head and take the head, or is that
No. I think they would still be able to bring her back with part of the body.
Like we burn her.
Divine magic? Divine murder?
Do we want to kill the...
Divine murder? I don't know. Holy
want
I shall murder in the name of the moon goddess.
Do we want to kill the Empress, or do we just want to get the wife out?
Kill the Empress.
Listen, you guys didn't kill her the first time. I killed her with the giant.
Correct.
Just saying.
That's
Why don't we
Just
do...
saying, this time we're taking the body, though.
I got more tricks, man.
What if we do definitely 100% get the wife, and if the opportunity of murdering the Empress presents itself cleanly in front of us,
So plan A with a loose plan B.
it was a plan B of murder.
Murder.
If we're just trying to get her out, I can shapeshift into a guard, get in there, give her my potion of invisibility, and get her out.
Oh.
It's true.
Or you could use your potion of
Get up
invisibility
and
and
kill the
murder.
Empress.
Yeah, I can do one, but not both.
What are we wanting to do?
Does anybody else have invisibility?
Yes.
Ooh.
They could cast invisibility on you. You can cast
Both
invisibility
of
on
you
her.
invisibility.
I can infiltrate.
You dimension door
That's
her
not,
out,
That's
and
not
you
the
kill
issue.
the Empress.
Yeah, that's not the issue. Are we? Is
You
this a
have a
rescue
dimension
mission
door for
or is this a murder mission?
Yes.
Arcanos.
Well, Tennant, which would you prefer?
And then, what are the ramifications if we do kill her and all these
Alright.
beings are set free?
Okay, so he's going to say, I want my wife back. and you can insight check whatever. He's legit. It's honest, pure. I can give two shits of what happens to the Empress, although she will come after every one of us for retribution.
Yeah.
So you have to stop her somehow. Does she have to die? No. Does she have to be taken care of? Yes. However it's happened, however you choose to do it is your business.
So then we need to enter with the plan to murder then.
Slipping in is the best option for me. I don't like assaults, is what he's going to say. He's got PTSD from previous combat experience.
Same. Yeah, well, there's zero chance we're gonna have time to handle all this anyway, so. What, like, my question still stands, like, is your land going to be cool once all these baddies are no longer sworn to?
The Shadowfell, there's always something. It's not going to be as you would call cool. It's just going to have one less threat to deal
Something's
with.
going to fill the power vacuum.
Yeah, this is like awful place.
Could y'all fill it? Maybe you and your wife could take over.
I just wish to live in peace.
Darling? You take over
I'm not
Shadow
even lying.
Army?
I was just thinking that, dear.
Shadow Tabaxi.
Summers in the shadows.
You know, that's
I mean,
what
Flakes is dying to come back.
Flakes is dying to come back. But I could be the first. Shadow Tabaxi? Oh, that would peeve her until the end of all time.
Oh my god. You know, I'd love that.
Ah.
Okay, well...
I think they'd respond to us. We have good leadership qualities.
No, if anyone's gonna do it, it's probably gonna be the Queen Mother.
Oh yeah, that bitch is definitely gonna show up, isn't she?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so catacombs, sneak under, hopefully. We're passing without a trace. And then... two-prong attack, you go in, hopefully get the wife, dimension door out, to the plateau, maybe.
We're
is it farther away?
splitting the party?
I
Just
feel like-
I'm on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
He has
join
3,
someone.
he is a party himself. He's got 3. And then we stay back for support as Nox sneaks in and knifes the Empress to death.
Stab, stab.
Stabby, McStab.
Now I can't kill the Empress inside of a royal court with 100 people around.
I can. I got 4 arrows, bitch.
Pew, pew, pew.
If you're invisible.
Well, as soon as I'd perform an action,
That's true.
Yes.
Greater invisibility?
Where's that fireball?
Okay.
That'd be a great distraction.
Flaming sphere.
Good.
I can also disguise myself as, I don't know, whatever we need. Ooh, okay, I'm having an idea. I can disguise myself as the wife, and like I got out or something like that. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm escaping, LOL. And then the guards are distracted, and then boom, kill the
my
Empress.
God, I'm escaping lots of love.
Just flying down the running down the
I'm escaping!
Skip. You're skipping down the stairs.
Threateningly.
Oh gosh.
What are these movements? Stop.
Oh.
Are we taking a nap first, or are we going right now?
I suggest rest.
We need to dry
I
out.
only used 2 spell slots in that last battle. I would still suggest let's rest because, yeah, I'd rather do that.
I'm not really sleepy. How long have we been traveling?
Half a day
About
plus.
half a day. Yeah, like I mean, we've been traveling
9
for a
hours.
while, honestly, because we
We've
have
had some time differential traveling between
Oh.
to and fro.
Yeah.
I'll allow you guys to do a long rest. You could even be patient and there's a lot of things you could do to even get up to a long rest. It's however you want to play it.
Yeah, because I mean, you also got to keep in mind, like we had a bit of time before we got to the burrow that we were at, and then we've been traveling through the Shadowfell for a couple of hours.
Burrow. That's
Huh?
a Hamlet.
Hamlet, burrow.
Nope, burrow.
Hamlet.
We only
The
cared about the burrow.
The burrow. I was gonna say the little Haragon burrow.
That's all we
We
cared
came
about.
here to save the rabbits, and we were out.
The Hamlets. We had a little bit of time traveling before that. So, I mean, it's been probably like
I said, you guys can
6
take time
hours.
to downtime activity. You can keep planning. You could scout or recon. You could watch what happens through the window. You can do all kinds of things before you take a long rest.
How large is this fortified area from side to side? Like, couple miles, or like
Oh, it's not that big. It's probably 200 feet. Like in a square.
from one side to the other?
And how
Wow.
far are we away from it here?
I don't know. He said a couple hours. So maybe 10 less miles, depending. What you can see is a ton of, like I said, there's a lot of forest terrain and things that are like encroaching on it. It just gets clear. It's elevated up and it's got a moat below it. So there could be a ton of shit you encountered trying to get there on the surface if you go the surface route.
Where do the catacombs come out?
He would probably say at the halfway point, there's an entrance that he knows of or he's discovered. It's, you got to you got to be willing to get dirty to get there, but I can get you into it.
Well, the question I have for you, Tennant, is: are you able to figure out exactly the exact location of your wife in there?
He has an ability to do that within 1,000 feet.
And
Oh my god, he had her
you can-
microchipped?
Maybe.
And you can. So,
Is that one of your traumas?
because what I'm
Past
thinking
trauma?
is, if we go through the catacombs, as long as we're within 500 feet, you can tell me the exact direction and distance. I can dimension door directly to where she is, and dimension door directly back and leave. No one any the wiser.
Any plants around here that we can teleport back to?
There's plenty of trees
Yes.
and plants and growth.
The question is,
And large
can
enough.
we transport through to a different realm? Or does it have
It's
to
got to be the
within
same plane. I think we determined.
Yeah, can we get back to
The plateau.
the plateau and then
There's zero plant life on the plateau.
I was gonna
Or
say
back to the
flat, slick
portal
rock up
street
there.
that we
Yeah.
pumped
But where we
into.
came in from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
from the Hamlet?
the borough.
That's right. There's this fruit trees. But,
Totally.
Well, they're one of the only
So-
We
remaining
literally
families.
stepped out of
in
one of the
this-
fruit trees.
yeah. But that's on this side.
I don't trust those fruit trees. Y'all know I don't trust them fruit trees.
She steps out and like conks her on the head.
I knew it!
I kind of like that plan. Go in, the group of us goes in through the catacombs.
Who's going to do the catacombs?
Huh?
Who's going to go through the catacombs?
I figure all of us, in case we encounter any resistance in the catacombs.
I'll definitely be.
So the whole party's going in there.
Mm-hmm.
Tennant's going to stay out or go with you.
Go with.
Okay.
Into the catacombs.
Okay.
And then once we're within range through the catacombs of 500, being able to determine 500 feet exact location, I can then dimension door with the wife and come back through.
Tennant, what was your initial idea here? Had you not acquired us as allies to do this
He
task?
was going to kill us, take the dark heart, hand that over, and get his wife.
Okay. Yeah. Alright. What do we do
I
if you
should
get in?
say attempts to kill us, but
What is our plan if you get in trouble? You don't dimension door back in 30 seconds. Then what? Then we're stuck in a catacomb with no real direction on how to get to where you are.
Well, Tennant would still be
Still
with
know
us.
how to get there.
Yeah.
Tennant
So
would
should
still
we-
know where about I am. Now, finding the best and quickest
Should-
path, I don't know.
I know we don't love splitting the party, but should some of us go forward so we're closer in proximity if things go awry for you? Tennant sends us ahead, say takes this right, left, right, and then up the stairs, and we're within 100 feet of where you might be teleporting to. And then we can still stay low in case, but then just listen for noise. I don't want you to get, you're gonna be alone. And you are a badass. I believe that 100%, but a whole guard of, the whole force would not be
We're
good.
winning her over. That's what you're hearing in your head.
It's
You
fine.
can
I'll
only-
turn into a T-Rex.
I mean, that's pretty
Okay.
cool.
I do have one of those minis.
You can only dimension door with one person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Technically, yes, but it also takes whatever you're carrying. So I can.
It's a loophole.
I can. I can polymorph her into a squirrel.
Right.
And boom.
Okay. So say you could have someone go with you But then you would have to get back out.
Correct. Which, I mean,
If you're doing the
technically,
invisibility thing anyway,
I see what you're doing. It's a good idea.
you could then invisibility your way back out.
No.
Without having to do anything if nothing happens.
yeah,
How long is invisibility? A minute?
An hour.
An hour?
hour.
You pass without a trace
I have to be within 30 feet of you the whole
the
time.
whole time. Okay. I mean, my stealth is
You're a
fine.
rogue.
Yeah.
You should be able to stealth.
My
40
stealth is 19. I'm okay.
Literally, the lowest I can roll on stealth is 23.
See?
So,
There you go.
Okay.
You can't see him if you were looking directly at him.
And you would have advantage because you're invisible. So,
Slowly.
um,
Cannot see me.
Okay, Drax.
that is up to you. If you want to do that, I can.
I feel like that does open the door for the murder or assassination situation. Like
Also
maybe
that.
only Empress murder if she's alone and you feel safe doing it, and then you can then yeet yourself from somewhere.
Eat yourself out the window.
Yeah.
Nox is
Can you shapeshift into people only or animals?
it has to be
A humanoid?
bipedal, 2-arm, 2-leg, like-minded bipedal humanoid.
and Nox.
Not like-minded, but like-bodied. So I can't grow a tail in theory.
Right.
Could you grow claws?
So just turn into the Empress.
So in theory, I can shapeshift. Yeah,
That's why I couldn't be a shapeshifter.
yeah that's why.
That's why I stick to arrows and dirt.
Yeah, I can change. I can kill the Empress and shapeshift to her.
And then just
Going on
disguise
the
her body and
full
bring it
board.
out with you, because we need that.
But then also command the army.
Or that.
I'm seeing this plan unfold, darling. It's going to happen for us.
Why do we need her body again?
So she can't get reincarnated again.
That's the hope.
We can't just burn it.
That's what I said.
I don't know.
You'd have to wait for it to burn, though. To make sure.
That just smells.
Yeah.
Kill her in her chambers.
Set the chambers on fire.
And throw her in her fireplace.
Run away.
Have we any pocket dimensions? Can we switch her for Lorian? In his head or something like that?
I don't think he wants the Empress in his head.
Not particularly, no.
Do we have a bag of holding?
Be like Jim Carrey. The whole time.
Don't you have a bag of holding?
Yes.
So Ilias does have a bag of holding.
I stick the body in the bag of holding.
Chop the body up and throw the back.
No, we just throw the whole
And now
body.
we've taken the dark turn.
Body.
I'll hold it
corner.
open, you just...
Shove it in there like a sleeping bag.
Parental guidance is recommended, highly encouraged.
We were literally talking about
Listen,
porn earlier.
season
Or
3 is
you
gonna
porn.
have to have all the things. Have to have the disclaimer for sure.
We had to
Wow.
shrink our screen
Please
because we
see
have
our
a huge limit of
website
disclaimers at the
for
time.
trigger warnings.
I mean, if,
Body.
I can take the bag of holding.
Please help us, dear Jesus, please. Baby Jesus.
I mean, then you wouldn't even have to kill her. You just have to shove her in there. It would kill her.
So it
Yes.
is now
Or
getting
you.
late. Have you guys kind of determined that? I feel like you have, but you haven't. Like you talk yourself into a plan, and now you're backing out and trying to.
No, I like this
I
plan.
think we have a
I like
plan.
all the plans. None of them involve me at all.
You guys,
So I like
you
all the
guys
plans.
will be able to take a long rest. You'll have to do the, I believe it was a wisdom saving throw to see if you
Even in
are.
Shadowfell?
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Okay.
The number's just really low. His reach is not there yet.
Wisdom 12.
16.
Good,
18.
good.
25.
Yeah, okay, good.
24.
Yeah, everybody's good. You had to beat a 1, so there you go. And you level up. So everybody can level up now.
I never played this side.
And we're back with the leveling process completed. Let's go around the table, starting to my left, and update every one of you watching and following, which we thank you for doing so.
Mm-hmm.
To my left, to my left.
Alright, so, yeah, I went ahead and I'm now a level 10 bard, level 3 paladin.
I've already been.
Yes, Bardadin. I am now up to 130 hit points. And I was able to take, with my magical knowledge, Spirit Guardians and Fireball.
Ooh.
Yes.
Love Spirit Guardians. Love Fireball.
And I just took another level in Rogue, so I'm up to 127 hit points because I did not max roll.
Same.
But I also gained the imposter ability, so going along with the changeling, it's going to be pretty cool. Gain the ability to unerringly mimic another person's speech, writing, and behavior after studying them for 3 hours. And I also have advantage on deception checks when I'm attempting to avoid detection.
I gained another level in Druid. I didn't gain anything fun with that, but I now have Plane Shift as a spell. So myself and up to 8 willing creatures who link hands can be transferred to a different plane, and I can also make people go there against their will.
And can plane a fire.
And I'm also up to 127 because I only rolled 2.
I took another level of Ranger, bringing me to level 14, and I'm at 144 hit points. I gained knowledge and advantage on constructs as an enemy type, and I gained the spell Freedom of Movement. I am a level fighter, level 13, so fighter 11, cleric 2, and I gained 3 attacks now with my extra attack, and I also have a channel divinity where I can turn undead, but probably it'll mostly be using the preserve life where you can, hand out free hit points like candy, because we're gonna need it. Thank you.
Only once per short rest, I think. Yeah, so don't die too often.
Gotcha.
And I
Oh,
gain
also-
nothing. Because I'm running.
I think I still have the lowest hit points at 126.
You do.
Once the highest, now the lowest.
Right?
All right, so long rest completed. You wake up, unlocking these new skills and abilities, feeling much better and well rested. The rain is drizzling. It's not a heavy torrential downpour, but it is still kind of crappy and soggy out. There's a dense fog that kind of falls over the valley below or the land below, as you are kind of like in the air above the fog. Tim is up preparing his various weapons, making sure they are secure, and getting himself ready for the trip down and into the secret tunnels catacombs. He's going to go to an old wooden cupboard, and he opens it up, and there's various bottles of things, and he's going to start rifling through, and he grabs a couple and plunks them into his bag, and then closes the cupboard.
What are those?
Insurances. And he's going to break out a ration and begin to eat a piece of dried fruit and salted pork.
I will cast Goodberry again for the day. Hand out some good berries. The ones you have probably disappeared, but here's some new ones, you guys.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Oh, here's another one, darling. Just in case.
Puts it in the baggie.
The bunny. But it's just like,
For breakfast.
Okay. Tennant stands at the door and says, "Are we going?"
We're going.
Is it still raining?
let's go.
It is like a drizzle.
Oh, that's better.
The door opens. He walks out briskly and begins to proceed to the nearby edge of the plateau, in which you can see there is another set of rigging that is established. Clearly now you know that the people that live up here have established the rigging. As he is going to affix his gear and begin to rappel and climb down this face, which is a little bit more treacherous than your ascension.
Great.
What you got?
You're just
10.
walking down, right?
Okay.
What are we rolling? Athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics.
21. No, not 21. Yeah, 21. Jeez.
12.
16.
Okay.
25.
Going down is a little faster, so you only have 2 rolls instead of the 3 to get up. I'm on. You do not like climbing.
I really don't like climbing.
You're scared of heights now.
That is an 8.
Okay.
16.
Use your legs.
26.
21.
Yeah, we're waiting on you.
23.
Okay. Emma, go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
22.
Okay. So you mistaken one of the bits or the pieces of the harness to like the braking, they have like a brake, and then you just let it go a lot more than it should.
Oh, shit.
So you go zzz, and you're quick enough to bring it to a quick stop, but you will slam into the jagged cliffside plateau for 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Can I say, oh, we're repelling now? And like, do it, but, the correct way you should repel and not because you're falling.
After that, you all will disengage the climbing gear as you have made it safe to the soaked, soggy, muddy, moss-covered soil. As you look to see a very ominous, foggy-looking forest lying in front of you with various paths kind of going into nothingness.
You said it's like 2 miles away from the plateau, or? I don't remember.
To the main thing, I think it was like 10-ish miles, and he said it's like halfway, so you're anywhere between like 3 to 6 miles to where he's going to take you to the entrance.
All right.
As soon as we start to hear like distinct town-like noises, I'll cast Pass Without a Trace. I don't want to put it on too early, but
Okay. He's going to leave his climbing gear. Well, actually, he'll put it inside his bag. And he looks to retrieve all the climbing gear that was used. So anybody who has climbing gear, he's going to put it back in the bag.
gladly.
Okay. Once that's done, he puts his bow in hand and begins to ranger into the woods. So this ranger's going to range.
We're off to see the Empress.
I'm gonna keep a good probably 10 feet behind, but I'm gonna try and keep up. You know what I mean? Like keep a good clip with him and start trying to take notice of any specific surroundings that would guide us back here.
You plunge in for about the first 30 feet, and it is very dense, kind of deadwood trees. Not a lot of life or things bearing color or life. And it's multiple pathways over root-covered ground and slick mud, mossy covered surfaces. So it's moving at a normal pace is okay. If you have to move faster, it's going to be more of an athletics check to not get tripped up, slip, fall. Pretty much. As you guys will travel for, say, first hour, 3 miles in, that is when things begin to get a little crazy, as what little sunlight was here in the Shadowfell is now kind of turned into a very close to night, but not night. It's very dark in here. There's a lot of glowing eyes out of tree holes or behind trees that blur and move quickly. Some of them appear like out of a knot of a tree and then vanish back into darkness. It's literally like the spookiest woods you've ever walked through. You will hear ominous creatures that you think sounds like a wolf or an owl, but then there's this kind of sickening, garbled, strange noise behind it.
Hey, I'm on. Can you cast light on my stick?
Late.
Thanks.
It glows, provides light. There's going to be a bunch of rustling sounds off to the sides of the light barrier, as if something was skittering away at the first sign of light. You may have avoided something.
Awesome.
Tennant seems to be unfazed. Unfazed
Okay.
as he's continuing a march.
My natural explorer for forest does grant all of us the inability to be lost in the forest or have difficult terrain.
Yep.
So we're bumbling, but we're doing okay.
Yep. The more you follow, the denser things get. It becomes a little bit more of a limbo-esque kind of thing, dodging these large branches, twisting, trying to pull yourself free from thorny brush and things that are just kind of... You feel as if it's trying to grab a hold of you and to pull you, but it could just be your imagination from this craziness, or it could literally be trying to grab you and wrap you up. You don't know. It's a little
Start
weird.
beating vines off with my.
Like, at least find me dinner first.
In the distance, you are going to see a gnarled, massive wood, like oaken tree that kind of goes up. The base of the tree kind of is hollowed out and dark. And you can see like the ground is muddied and marred and kind of like goes into this knot. And he's going to say, that's our entrance. And it's probably about 60 feet ahead. As he starts to take the first step there, that is when the highest passive perception of the table would be.
17.
17.
Okay, most of you are going to begin to see these shadowy figures kind of emanate and walk behind various trees. And then they disappear behind other trees, but they seem like as if they're moving around the group.
Flanking
Like us?
Yes. Flanking us, surrounding us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they're
Like,
not
it's like-
they're not
so
like
you hear-
wraiths coming
No,
at
no, no,
us.
no.
They're like real
You
solid
would
things.
see
that are-
them in the distance, in the shadows. They kind of emerge, and then like as soon as you kind of like get a light source or a fixture on them, they'll like either fade into another shadow or a tree. But then you start turning left and right, and you see like these ominous glowing red eyes, but they seem as if they're like either quickly jutting behind a shadow or behind a tree or something, to where you're getting a glimpse, but not like what you, it's eerie. And you're kind of noticing the pattern, like you said, like you're being encircled.
Now or never, I guess.
Does it seem like Tennant is also seeing these things?
He's noticed them, and he will, at the first sign of them, he's going to start a light jog towards that entrance
Okay.
No, that's my cue.
through the mud and moss.
Come, darling. Let's go.
Anybody doing so needs to make an athletics check.
Into the hole.
Jogging.
There's people trying to find
Oh, wait,
us.
just single.
Just keep running.
Athletics.
I'm really good at
19.
Good.
19.
Good.
19.
Good.
16.
Damn it.
Good.
7.
Ah.
Oh.
Tennant also has a 19.
Legs.
There's a lot of 19s at the table. So here's how is the running order. Tennant will be first.
Me.
Okay. Great. So Tennant gets to this thing and immediately just treats it like a slip and slide. Dives into the mud, into the darkness. Whoa, is all you hear, and it goes quiet. And you got who's next?
I'll go next, but before I dive in, I'm gonna look back at Runa and kind of give her a smile, like I'm a little excited about this. Slide, like, babe, you see this? And then I'll be like, whoosh.
Yep. So you dive into the darkness. Who's following?
I'm like jogging up. I see them. I'm like, please don't get my fur muddy. Please don't get my fur muddy.
No,
Into
sorry.
the mud you go. Yep.
Yeah, this is like the Goonies water slide, so I'm going into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Since I'm second to last, can I see Aimon like falling behind?
You can. Aimon actually is you're probably 10 feet behind Elias, and you begin to feel things like pulling on your garb and your armor. You look and you can see these creatures of shadow are grabbing a hold of you. I need you to make a strength saving throw in order to pull free.
Can I?
You can watch. That's what you can do currently.
9. Wait.
Thorn whip
8.
and drag him at me.
Okay. Okay, he pulls free, but then 2 of them turn into 4 and 4 of them turn into 8, like they double, and they just keep pulling at him like an angry mob of unsatisfied souls or shadows. He gets in the direction he needs to go. Would you say or do anything?
Yeah, I am going to. I'm going to go ahead and freak out as all of that is coming about.
Roll for
and,
freak out.
I do not consent to this.
Harnessing some of the knowledge and everything that I have received, being mentally linked with.
A crazy old man.
No, not the crazy old man. Actually.
Fuck you too.
You're not
I'm
helpful.
going to cast Spirit Guardians.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
To surround myself at 3rd level.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Perfect.
As I continue trying to run.
Elias, what do you do?
I don't want to do damage to you, but like.
Yeah, he's got this, right?
You can choose to or not to if you're using Thorn Whip.
Okay, then I want to try and do Thorn Whip and
Sure.
I can pull him 10 feet closer to me.
Sure.
And like fall backwards down the tunnel.
Sure. Yep. So you will feel the whip grab a hold of you as the thorns will shape away from you, not to damage you. They'll immediately go to like the other side away from you, to where it's more like a vine, and you can feel yourself being pulled in 2 directions. The Spirit Guardians separate you from the mob of angry shadows that literally
Like
almost
the
pulled you into their...
Radiant energy around against the shadow creatures would help.
And Ilias will pull you into him, and I'm assuming you guys are just going to fly into the hole, or like...
Yeah, I figured I stopped right in front of it, so I'll just yank him at me, like catch
Perfect.
him and fall backward.
Yeah, you two will collide and go like on top of each other, sliding backwards down this muddy hole.
He was going
Right.
to
Right. And I think that's a pretty good place for us to end this chapter of our tale. So, let me find my outro. Looks like we've reached the end of the chapter. Like I said before, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Hit the subscription button below. Smash the bell button. Give us those thumbs up, just like that. Come on, you can do it. No, yeah. There you go. See, is the thing. And we want to thank you all for watching Creating Grin. You can check us out on our socials. Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at crit_eating_grin, at the Tiki Talkies at Creating Grin, all one word. And until next time, keep grinning.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Hashtag Team Dusty.